Hi guys, it's Carrie. This is my friend Lisa.
Hi.
And we are going to do the TMI tag together. I will link Lisa's channel below.
If you want.
Yes.
If you want. Alright, so the TMI tag, I've never done it before, right? So, too much information.
Yes. And there's 50 questions.
I don't plan on sharing that much information. I'll share. Can we do 47? Tell me a little bit about the questions. Who came up with this idea?
I don't remember. It's just been going around YouTube for a while. And I just thought that would be, since we're starting to do collaborative stuff, would be a good way to...
So this is us introducing ourselves to you and putting our hearts on the line on maybe 47 questions. Or 46. I'm not sure yet. So, pardon. Alright, I'm sorry. I interrupt a lot. I apologize in advance.
Okay, question 1. What are you wearing? Clothes.
Clothing. You have a video. Anyway. So I got this shirt probably on sale somewhere. I made this myself, which is actually fun. Randomly. Why? Oh, because it's a fire opal, but it's cloudy, so it's not the expensive kind. And she's wearing purple because she looks awesome in purple. I'm wearing green because it's my favorite color.
I got this one from Lane Bryant, and one of my best friends got a black one.
Nice.
Just like this.
Nice. And I love the beadwork. Stuff like that's awesome, and I always lose 3 beads, and I'm like, I give up on
them.
And
I'm like, oh, I'm scared to wash it.
I guess this is an under a sweater shirt now. Anyway, all right.
Have you ever been in love?
Yep.
Me too. Have you ever had a terrible breakup?
Let's see. I had a terrible somebody that I liked that it didn't work out so well, but I've never actually dated anybody that I wasn't interested in dating, because I married the only person I ever dated, and I'm very excited about that, and I think that's the way to go, is to know somebody really well before you date, and then to date with the intention of actually being with them. To just date to be romantic for no reason becomes really confusing later. So, but no, there's a couple... I don't even want to get into it, but it wasn't terrible. It just was one of those situations where I could have been a better person, and I wasn't. A little sharp-tongued. Yeah.
How do you guess?
Yeah, sorry.
I did. It was, yeah.
Yeah.
We just ended up having different opinions on big things, and he wasn't very kind about expressing those opinions and our differences, and yeah. How tall are you?
5'6". I am the shortest person in my family. My sister's like 5'10". My brother's 6'3", I think. Yeah.
He's 6'3".
Oh, wait.
I thought it was taller.
I'm sorry. My mom's an inch shorter than me. Right. I win in some cases. So, yeah, he's about 6'3".
I'm not gonna. I'm 6 foot.
Nice. You got 2 inches on my sister then. Okay. All right.
Your brother still makes me feel short. That's why I thought he was taller than 6'3".
I think the way he walks makes people feel short.
How much do you weigh? You don't have to answer this one, because I'm not going to.
Yeah, can that be one of our 3, 4, or 5 questions? How much do I weigh? A little more than I should for my height.
That's a good answer.
Plus, muscle weighs more than fat. Let's get that out of the way right now.
There you go. Any tattoos?
No. I will draw on myself with marker and ink and pens and paper and whatever I have, but I will not tattoo it permanently because I might want to change it later. Right? I've seen some decent touch-ups with the people that I know that have tons of tattoos. They have to keep going back, and that's money down the drain. Buy a marker.
Any piercings?
Oh, well, yeah, my ears. Just my ears.
I have 2 in my ears.
We have 2 ears.
Well, I have 2 per ear.
You have 4 then.
I was supposed to clarify.
It helps.
One true pairing.
We were talking about The Princess Bride lately, and they're one of my favorite couples. It's Wesley and Buttercup. But non-canon, I have to go with the extended Star Wars universe because I'm a huge fan of that. So, Mara Jade and Luke Skywalker.
Well, you don't know who they've paired Luke up with in the coming movie.
I'm not going to watch it if it's not Mara Jade, so that's easy. Because, you'd have to be with me in my childhood when I read these books the Thrawn trilogy. You just need to read it, and that is the best pairing for him.
Mine, I'm just gonna go with Harry and Ginny because they just ended up being an awesome couple.
They were super cute. I was shipping them a couple books before, like they introduced her, and I was like, oh, he'd be so much better with a redhead. And
gingers are badass.
They are, yeah.
Okay, favorite shows.
I guess, anything like historic or dramatic with a little bit of romance, a little bit of humor in it. But I really like historic shows. And I like things on the BBC more than things in the US, give or take.
So Doctor Who.
Yeah, I do like Doctor Who. And I really like reality television, actually, because people are hilarious. And, Tabitha's Salon Takeover was one of my favorite shows when it was on. Because you have this, she wasn't quite bratty, but she, for an assertive woman, you're either an assertive woman, or in reality, people just think you're a bitch, and it's really hard to walk that line of trying to be assertive. But she was going in, to different salons and telling people what was wrong, and then they would revisit them 6 months later, and half the time the owners were just like, I did whatever I wanted, and I'm behaving the same way, and they don't change their bad habits, and then I'm just yelling at the TV, no, she told you, she told you what to do, and you didn't freaking do it, and now you are penniless.
It's kind of like Kitchen Nightmares with Gordon Ramsay, where he goes into different people's restaurants and tries to fix them.
Yeah, I saw him with restaurants.
Is that kind of the same idea?
Yes, but I didn't see Gordon Ramsay. I like the South Park version of him, and I don't really watch this real show too much. So I guess I like South Park. Whatever. I haven't seen that in a while either. I like The Simpsons. I still will always stop what I'm doing and watch The Simpsons or Futurama, because that creator is awesome. I'm trying to remember, there was another kitchen show. But yeah, so, I'm sorry, what's your favorite show then?
Doctor Who.
Yeah.
The Musketeers, which is also a BBC show, but I have to watch the second season yet because the old cable company we had did away with BBC, so Joe and I missed the second season.
Fire them.
So his brother has to, well, we didn't.
See?
His brother has to download the second season for us. I started getting into Atlantis.
Okay.
Which is also on BBC.
Oh, Atlantis! Oh, I just heard about that. I've never seen it.
Dancing with the Stars.
I rewatched that part where Carlton danced a lot. He did as a...
Do you know who's going to be on? I think who's going to be on there this season? The Crocodile Hunter's kid.
Really?
Bindi Irwin.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No kidding.
She's 17 or 18, and she is the spitting image of her dad.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I saw it. She had a show after he passed away. She had a show a couple years later, and it was cute.
Yeah.
So what's your show? Just Doctor Who?
That's the only one I have time to watch anymore. Oh, and Big Bang Theory.
And Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yes.
All right.
Favorite bands?
I really like Pentatonics.
They're really good.
Freaking awesome.
They're an a cappella group, by the way.
Yep. And they're big on YouTube, so you probably have seen them if you're watching this. And a lot of other bands, I tend to like one or two of their songs, but there's a few bands that I like all of the music from. So Jars of Clay is one of my favorites from when I was back in the day, and that's actually where my favorite song comes from, which we're talking about later. But Jars of Clay, which is contemporary Christian music, I love their music. And those are about the only two that I could always stand listening to.
I like a lot of country.
Yeah?
I like, Zach Brown Band is really good. Rascal Flatts. I was obsessed with the Backstreet Boys in the 90s and early 2000s. My wall was wallpapered
back in the day.
Posters and newspaper clippings, and even then when I hear one of their songs, I have to crank it on the radio.
Right. I like anything by Trans-Siberian Orchestra. I like most of their
Oh,
music.
yes.
Have you
ever seen them in concert?
No, never. I want to see them.
Oh, that's fantastic.
They always come to Cleveland too, so we should, just saying, we should go.
Something you miss.
I have a lot of people I miss because I've moved a lot, so friends and family, or people that I've known just a little bit here and there that I've not really gotten to know, so I think more than anything I miss people.
People and pets.
Yeah.
I miss my black kitty.
Oh, I see.
Sabrina. I had her for 16 years.
Black cats are the best, by the way, you guys. They're not unlucky. They're actually really affectionate, very sweet.
Oh, so sweet.
And when they're sassy, it's hilarious. So they're just the best cat.
I had a long-haired one, and she has a short-haired one.
You. But I had one that I grew up with that my sister got when she turned 12. And she named her Sparky, and everybody like thought she had a dog. She'd be like, "Oh, Sparky's my pet." And, like, that's a cat. But Sparky would like lap hop if we had people over, and there'd be like 4 people on a sofa, and she would just show up and be purring. And those are big boned cats, like actual naturally just a heavier breed. But she would just come up and be really fluffy and really cute and purr and sit in a little circle on somebody's lap. And then they would pet her, and oh, so cute, so cute. And then she'd be like, "Nope, not you." And then she'd go to the next lap, and she'd go.
She'd get bored?
Yeah, no, she was testing laps out. So when people came over, she would like go from lap to lap to lap, and then she would find the lap she liked, and she would be like. And she would just sleep in a little circle, and then the person would like fall in love with her, but then their feet would fall asleep because she's a big girl, and they'd try to shift, and she would be like. She would hiss at them and be like, "No, you don't."
Mom and I were going for a walk one time. Like, I don't know, like a year or 2 ago.
Oh, I miss her.
No, I think it was before I was apartment sitting for her that one time. And your mom and I were going for a walk, and I was waiting for her to get ready. And Kit, your mom's blind kitty.
Blind cats are also really cool. Yeah,
I was sitting in the chair, and he comes up and he puts his head on my foot and like wrapped his paws around me and like went to sleep. I'm like, "You're my friend," you know. And I'm
he really likes feet.
My foot was falling asleep. I didn't want to move, and then your mom was ready, and I'm like, "All right, Kitty, we have to go."
I gotta see
you
if
have
I
to
have a
get out.
picture of Kit. Yeah, he's like super snuffly. He walks like a little bulldog around the house. Like he's got really big upper body strength, and he just around the house. And if he bumps into something, he's fine. You know, it doesn't matter. He just, "No, something's there now. This time it wasn't there before," and he just dump around it.
Wasn't it one of the cats would come up behind him and like smack him in the head and take off?
Yeah, and he'll just be like, He's like, "No." So that happened.
And the thing about blind cats is their other senses become so much more heightened. Your mom swears that he can hear a fruit fly buzzing.
He probably can, because we had to dumb down his toys. She got him when he was a couple years old, I think. He was a Katrina rescue. There's a lot of cats that came through the Cleveland area after what happened in Katrina that were rescued, and we would get him like regular Bell toys and stuff like that, and then it didn't. He was so bored of it, and then we had to get him quieter and quieter toys. And I know I went to a fair once, and they made cat toys out of wool, and there was a completely silent little fuzzy ball toy made out of like wrapped wool, and that was what he ended up playing with, because he would listen and he would hear it, and I couldn't hear it fall, but he could hear it fall. Well, anyway, I guess since we're talking about cats, I'll just show you my cat. And that's my cat. That's Mew. If you can even see it. So yeah, black cats are the best. They're super fluffy, and if they choose you, you will just be treated like a king or a queen, because they just love you. My husband comes home and Mew gets on his shoulder, and she just wagged her tail across his whole head and goes and he's trying to type on his computer, and she's like asleep on both his hands, and he's like, "Oh."
Mine would sleep like right against my stomach. And she gets so mad at me when I would leave. Like I would, the last trip I took before she passed was I went to Oregon for 10 days.
Yeah, they really.
I came back, I couldn't find her. She stayed underneath the bed for like a day. It freaked me out because I thought she was dead. And then she finally came up onto the bed, and she would like sit at the farthest corner, and I'd come in the room after work or something, and "Hi, Kitty," and she.
My sister's cat, yeah, used to do that.
And she left a couple presents underneath my desk.
No way.
She grabbed underneath my desk.
She was serious. Yeah, they do connect like with you, seriously, very much connect with you. So I've had a couple black cats, and they all seem to have that. Like, they seem hot or cold, but yeah. That was a long question.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be a long.
We went from something you missed to cats. Favorite song?
Oh, "Flood" by Jars of Clay. Absolutely love it. It'll calm you down no matter how you feel, and yeah, it's just a good reminder that you don't have to be all the time holding yourself up. It's just like a nice peaceful song. I love it.
I have a current favorite right now. This House Party by Sam Hunt. He's a country singer. And it's just a fun song about like if you want to have fun but you don't want to go out, just push the furniture back and turn on the radio and dance around like a crazy person. I was coming home from somewhere and that song came on. I cranked it. I had all of the windows open because I don't have AC in my car, so I had all the windows open and I'm cranking it. I'm dancing while I'm driving and I'm singing along and people are staring.
Do you want to go driving right now? That seems like a good idea.
And people are staring at me like, what the hell is wrong with this girl?
Nice. That's the best. When you stop caring what the other drivers think, that's absolutely the best.
Oh,
You're like, we're doing this right now.
That's right. I am doing in-car karaoke. I don't care what you think because you're not in here with me.
Johnny and I were driving, and a car passed us up, and the driver was doing that. It was some guy, and I was in the passenger seat, and I was like, yeah!
My mom and my sister and I would always sing along with the radio, and my mom would joke around about us forming a mother-daughter group. And how old are you?
I am old enough to know better.
I'll tell. I'm 31.
Oh, shit. She did not tell. Nice.
Zodiac sign.
Zodiac sign. I'm a Gemini.
Taurus. Right on the edge of Taurus and Gemini.
Right, because we're both May.
I'm very stubborn. Joe calls me out on it all the time.
Really? Yeah, Johnny was behaving. He was explaining my behavior the other day, and I don't remember what it was I had said or done. I just don't remember. And he explained it to his friend like, she's belligerent.
That's love right there.
Like, am I? And I was at work the next day like, I am not. And then I remembered something I had done that morning at work. I'm like, oh, never mind. I think I am. Oh, well.
Quality you look for in a partner.
Well, humor, sense of humor. They have to be gentle and not, like running around like some kind of crazy dumbass. But having somewhat of a sense of adventure and being a good person. But essentially, my husband. He's already all the things.
Aww. Honesty. Sense of humor, because Joe and I picky on each other a lot.
Yeah.
And my family is really snarky. No. So you have to have a sense of humor to deal with them.
It's fun being at her house.
Favorite quote?
Favorite quote. Keep your face always towards the sun and shadows will fall behind you. Which doesn't mean ignore them, but it means you can choose your focus no matter how crazy your life is. That's one of my favorite quotes.
You know who said it?
Walt Whitman, I think. Although I like Robert Frost's poem, Two Roads Diverged in the Wood. That one is still my favorite poem ever. So I took the road less traveled by, and that's made all the difference, so that's my favorite.
Yeah. Mine is, I think, Eleanor Roosevelt said, no one can make you feel inferior without your consent.
Yeah, that's nice.
Okay, favorite actor?
I don't like everything he's been in, but I like Johnny Depp because I think he's versatile and gets, I know I'm going to be entertained if I see a movie he's in.
Especially the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, those are awesome.
Just in general, even, I don't remember much about Benny and June, I saw part of that movie, and I remember he was quirky and had a top hat and stuff, and Edward Scissorhands, but what else was he in? I don't know. Yeah, he plays a good crazy character, and I would rather see somebody unpredictable than go to see a movie and know how.
There was some kind of vampire movie he was in. I watched part of it on TV. I forget the name of it. He was.
Oh wait, I could do actors too, though, right?
He was Willy Wonka in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, but that movie scared me.
It was supposed to. The original movie is way more terrifying. You ever see the original one?
Yes.
Yes.
With Gene Wilder?
Oh, so creepy. Oh.
Did you want to do actors too, or?
Well, that's kind of either Sandra Bullock or some of her early stuff. I don't know if I've seen all of it, but I like her quirky personality. But lately, I've really liked Meryl Streep because she can just be so many different things. And she's awesome. You believe anything that comes out of her mouth when she's acting. So it's Anne
Hathaway is really broken out on a lot of stuff too.
She's gotten better.
I like her. Going back to Doctor. Well, she is one of my favorites. Yes.
Back to Doctor Who.
And Matt Smith.
Nice.
I love Matt Smith.
David Tennant. What? What?
Favorite color?
Silver. Or green, because they go with so many other things. I really like things that are green, but if I have to pick, usually I'll pick something like silver that everything else can work out with.
Green.
Right.
I have to have silver shoes next year.
But like what kind of green? Like pea green. Mint.
I like mint.
I painted this wall, see, green. Spring greens. I like the mint ones. The more muted, like the winter colors.
Loud or soft music?
Both. Why do you have to choose? Who made this list?
It depends on my mood. Like if I'm driving, crank it.
Yeah.
If I'm writing and I want background noise, I'll turn it down.
Rainymood.com, you guys. It's just rain.
Nice background.
Put it on right now.
Where do you go when you're sad?
I was gonna say to my happy place, but that's really too snarky. So, when I'm sad,
snarky?
sometimes it's best to take a walk. Go outside, see the rest of the world that you don't normally see. It's really key in that situation. If you're upset, to go change your outlook or change your view. If you need to spend some time in your room, fine, but go to a park after. Take a walk. See something that you don't expect to see, because that can snap you right out of it. Doesn't always work.
I'll read a book.
I go into the bindings of this book.
Escape into my fictional world. How long does it take you to shower?
I'm pretty quick. I used to take forever when I was a kid, but then I realized it's just because they put chlorine and shit in your normal city water, and you're just probably breathing it all in. Oh. So now I shower quick and get out of the chemicals. But
I used to take like half hour, 45-minute showers when I lived at home.
Yep.
And now that I'm on my own,
yeah,
like 5-10 minutes.
Well, it's one of those places your parents can't yell at you. No, you're still showering. They're going to give you your privacy. So I'd be in there like, ha,
that
come and find me.
Utility bills.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
It's a lot different when you're paying for stuff your own.
Changes the perspective.
Yep. How long does it take to get ready in the morning?
I think 15 minutes, but it's really a half hour. I always tell myself it's 15 minutes. And then it's an extra 15, somewhere in there, because, like, I didn't water the plants, which I just remembered I forgot. But I always, I know I could leave in 10 minutes, and so that's where, that comes from. What about you?
Depends on how late I sleep. If I sleep, like, until half hour before I have to be out of the door, then it's a half hour. If I actually manage to get up, then...
This is a lot of ifs so far, by the way. It's like 4.
I sleep in. I am really bad at hitting the snooze until the last possible second.
A bonus round. Favorite cereal?
Go. Chocolate Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Favorite chocolate? You're not just taking, like, the Cocoa Puffs and adding them to
No, they
Toast
have
Crunch.
the chocolate.
Right, I like Basic 4. Actually, I really liked, there was a cereal called Ancient Grains, which was really awesome, very tasty, that had like quinoa and spelt and millet in it, and it actually had a really awesome like nutty taste, but it was just grains. They discontinued it, so now I have Basic 4, which is like a bunch of different stuff in it. So.
Have you ever been in a physical fight?
Yes, I have a brother. And sister.
Okay, outside of siblings.
And cats.
Outside of sibling squabbles.
No, I guess not. Which is really weird because I provoked a lot of people when I was younger. You don't think more of them would come kick my ass? Get into a
I've never gotten into like a knocked out drag out fight, but I did hit a kid with my purse once, but he pushed me first.
Yeah.
So it was self defense.
Yeah, I've injured people accidentally. I tried to kick somebody and I kicked him in the balls, and I was just trying to kick him. He deserved 30% of it. He didn't deserve an actual kick in the nose. And then another friend who is I don't know, maybe I just have really nice friends, but we were playing hacky sack, and I kicked him right in the nose, and his nose bled for like an hour. And he gets chronic migraines, and to this day he says it helped his migraines go away for like a week. So he was like, you're just saying that to be nice, but he said it made his headaches go away. I don't know if he was saying that to make me feel better.
Turn-ons.
Turn-ons. Not being a dunderhead. No. Well, we kind of covered it in like what you look for in a partner.
Yeah.
But I like dark hair with curls. Just in general.
Brown eyes.
Who's got brown eyes? Somebody who's not. Alright.
Turn-offs.
Turn-offs. Argumentativeness. Like the unnecessary kind. It's fine to be, you know, like fun or flirty, but a lot of people just, they can be pushy, or their opinion is the only one that matters, and it's like, just get over yourself. I've had to get over a lot as well, so it's like, be a human being and have a back and forth conversation.
People that just have a negative outlook on life in general. Like, somebody will come through my line at work, and I'll say, "Hi, how are you? What the hell are you so happy about?" I'm like, "Oh, okay.
I'm happy you're here to see me."
I'm happy that this grocery order is only going to take 2 minutes, and you'll be out of my hair.
Yeah, I told somebody once that you can choose happiness, and she looked at me and she was like, "No, you can't." It's like, if you have any power over your life, it's how you accept whether you're happy or not. Some things are natural, I get it, but I was like, man, I can't help you feel better. Like, I love that person too. She's a sweetheart. But
Reason you joined YouTube?
Well, I started a gaming channel because I keep watching them and they're fun. And probably the reason I start anything else is like I get bored and I get interested in what that is and I want to see what it's all about. So I think I'm more here to learn than anything else. It makes me dream a little bit, and I think that's what it's all about. So.
Her playing gaming videos are really funny. Her character's getting into some stuff right now.
I realize I talk a lot anyway, like I talk in my sleep, so I might as well talk. Do a voiceover on a video game. But no, actually I started watching Queen a couple years ago, and she passed away, and that was ridiculous because it was somebody, I was just watching somebody on YouTube, you know, it could be not a real person, and then when the person I was watching passed away, I was like, that was kind of gut-wrenching, and I didn't watch any for a while, and then I realized it's such a way to connect with people. I mean, she impacted a lot of lives, and this just kind of started out as an homage to her, but also I really enjoy the game, and it's a lot of fun, so.
I was starting up with NaNoWriMo again 2 years ago, and I started
National Novel Writing Month.
Yes, every November. And I started just looking for like people doing videos on tips and stuff, and this one girl, Katie Tastic, who does book reviews, and
Katie.
no, she's
a great name. I like her name.
Oh. She does book reviews and vlogs and all kinds of stuff, and she's hilarious, and she's done NaNoWriMo, and she did a whole month vlog of how her progress is going and writing and all this stuff. This just sounded like fun.
Yeah.
So I started doing that and getting more into like book reviews when I have time.
Yeah, I want to be helpful,
everything on there.
Yeah. Well, I watch a lot of how-tos like you do, so I think I'd like to have something that shows people how to do something. So if there's something I've learned, I'd like to go ahead and record it, because then somebody else doesn't have to make the mistakes I made. That might be nice. But tutorials and everything else, I mean, you search it on YouTube as much as you would on Google nowadays. So. Yeah.
Any fears?
But I've always had this weird fear of like bathroom drains since I was a kid. So, I know it's like a weird place, but like my mom used to have to convince me that the drain wasn't going to take me with it, and it never has, so I'm still here. But still, like,
unless you become Ant-Man, then that's problematic.
But like the gurgle noises that come off of the drain sometimes, is I'm just like twitch. Like there's water going somewhere, and I don't know where it's going, and it creeps me out.
Mine is spiders. Big.
But it's a dry heat. No, I mean, but they're the good bugs.
I know, but
people say about it.
When I lived at home and I had my bedroom in the basement, and I wake up and I see a spider crawling up my wall. That freaks me out.
Give it a little high five. Tell it good job.
And when I was like 12, one of my friends, I had a sleepover for my birthday, and one of my friends brought over the movie Arachnophobia, which is terrifying.
I heard that's a scary movie. Right.
Last thing that made you cry.
We were talking about Les Miserables and how I cried at that, but we both cried at that, right? Certain movies. I think I cried with laughter most recently, but I don't remember what I was watching, so it couldn't have been that funny. It's horrible, right? I'm really trying to remember. It was like a day or two ago. I was watching a video and I was crying laughing.
So like actual sad cry was I was reading Crown of Midnight and something happened in the book and it made me very sad. But last time you said I love you to someone.
Well, Carrie just said it now to me, but but to my husband this morning, and he left for work, and I said, I love you, don't forget to pray over your day, and he went, I know. That's our ritual in the morning, and he has whole conversations with me where I'm half asleep, but I remember the one from this morning, so that's pretty good. Well, I mean, we know yours, but if you want to go ahead.
Joe's alarm woke me up this morning, so I said I love you when he left.
Those are the best. You have to say it once a day.
Meaning behind your YouTube name.
Oh, right. Because frogs are so delicious that you could eat them. But you shouldn't, because they're endangered, so don't. Right, but Frog Snack. I think it's the name I used for the first forum I ever joined like a decade ago, and it's a name that has never... No, don't quote me on this. But anytime I sign up for a site, it's not taken because nobody knows, not like a known phrase or anything. It's easy to remember. But yeah, and frogs are adorable. One of my favorite things ever is the strawberry poison dart frog. He's like little tiny, looks almost plastic. They look fake, the poison dart frogs, but they're lethal. And it's kind of cool that for such a tiny little creature you have to respect it. But the strawberry one has like blue legs. And it has a red body, and it has little dots on its butt, like a strawberry. But you shouldn't eat it. So, yeah, anyway. What's the meaning behind your YouTube name? Carrie Chan. I'm a great big nerd, and I write. Jeez. And I was born in 1984. I'm a girl, obviously. Right. Well. Last book you read. Last book I read. Right. Well, I read a lot of comics. And I go back and page through them. And so over by my desk, I have a bunch of books that I continue to like pick up and read. Right. So I'm working through a couple of those. But the whole last book that I finished was The Princess Bride, which I don't know why it took me this long until like this year. I didn't know it was an actual novel. I thought it was just a movie I really loved. And it turned out it's a book I really love also. So, I still have yet to read it. We'll get there. That will change. We'll get there. It's actually a really easy, quick read. Really? Mine was Crown of Midnight. It's the second in the Throne of Glass series. And this series is amazing. So, did you finish it then? Yes. Okay. So, maybe you have to read Princess Bride and I have to read that. Should I read the first one first. Because you gotta read the first one. Alright. Book you're currently reading. Well, okay, the book I'm currently reading, I actually brought with me. I've been reading it for a while, but it's called Kicked, Bitten, and Scratched, and it's actually the lives of animal trainers at a well-renowned school in California for show animals that end up on TV and stuff like that. So cool. This is kind of what the trainers go through when they're learning, and some of it's like somber. They went through like a fire while the book was being written. There's a lot of fires in California and stuff, and they survived that. And it's very dramatic, and it's a real story. So the secret books I really love are about animals, and they're about the people that just kind of go do something with their life that I thought would have been fun. So I'm not going to go be an animal trainer, but I want to learn about it. So Amy Sutherland, she has a nice way of writing also. I'm currently reading the first in the 11 series by J.J. Benn and Carissa Holmes. I got the first 2 volumes at Comic-Con last year. So I figured they're going to be back this year. And
I figure I might as well start reading them in case I want to get the next two. Yeah, the logo is really good. It's getting pretty interesting. Last show you watched?
Oh, right. I was watching Once Upon a Time, since they put the 4th season up on Netflix. So I was watching the beginning of that season with my husband last night, which was not bad.
I was watching Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives the other night.
That show.
Guy Fieri is awesome.
You were telling me about the show the other day, and there was someone like haunting the place.
This restaurant was a cottage that they had made into a restaurant. It was like 110 years old, and they're in the kitchen and they're working on something, and like something behind them clinks, and the guy goes, "Oh, that's Genevieve, who was the person who in that house like 110 years ago that the restaurant is named after." And then a couple minutes later, something clings. Oh, that's just Genevieve.
So creepy, though. I'm trying to make it sound better, but that's creepy.
Last person you talked to?
Well, I'm talking to you right now.
And our lovely YouTube audience.
And before that, we talked to the guy who brought us pizza.
Yeah.
Being very literal.
Before you, I talked to the guy at Payless because he told me to pick out shoes.
This is such an exciting week for us.
The girl at the cosmetics counter at Walgreens when I was buying stuff for my trip.
There you go. That's right, you're going on a trip. I just came back from a trip. You're going to Comic-Con, so you're getting ready for that. I went to Hocking Hills with my husband, and we met some friends down there and went hiking and got exhausted, and it was amazing. And that's in mid-Ohio, and if you ever have the opportunity to go, you won't regret it. It's beautiful out there, and you can rent a whole cabin in the woods, and your cell phone won't work. Awesome.
Relationship between you and the last person you texted.
Right. That was my brother. So there you go.
My mommy.
Yeah.
Favorite food?
My favorite food. I like watermelon. I'm simple.
Watermelon's good.
Seeded watermelon. The seedless is garbage. And they don't taste nearly as good. What? Do you disagree?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just making faces. You have to be attuned and know the faces of Carrie Chan because, yeah. I don't like seedless watermelon. It just doesn't have the same flavor. It could be super red and it won't be as sweet.
I like it when it's been in the fridge and it gets really cold.
Yes. Oh, so good. I almost bought watermelon for us to hang out today, and I didn't have time because I had to vacuum.
I like watermelon, but I'm gonna go not as healthy as chocolate.
Yeah, I guess if you had to pick a world bar. Ooh, here's another question that's not on the list. Bonus round. If you had to go the rest of your life without eating, like let's say you could have chocolate as much as you wanted for the entire rest of your life, but you had to remove another food that you also like which one would you never eat again so that you could eat as much chocolate as you want without any repercussions?
Probably take out Chinese food because I love it, but the salt kills me.
That's rough. I don't know, Chinese food, that's rough. But if I was going to be able to eat, cake for the rest of my life, because I really like cakes, and millefiori, the little tiny... Wait, is it millefiori? Oh, I'm sorry, that's the name of a bead. What's the little cakes called?
Petit fours.
Petit fours, yeah. Sorry, millefiori are those adorable lampwork glass beads that have lots of flowers. That's where the name comes from, is many flowers. But anyway, I digress quite a bit. So, right, if you could eat cake the rest of your life entirely, and you had to get rid of something else... I would probably give up steak to eat cake the rest of my life. I like steak.
I don't like steak. Yeah. I grew up with it cooked either still mooing or cooked until it was leather. So my parents like it rare, my grandparents... Okay, so it cut off when I was in the middle of talking about how much I can't stand steak. So we went a couple questions and...
There were some amazing things said, and you basically missed the best part of this video. It was awesome. I said way too much of it, but alright, so the place that you want to visit, that's what we were on.
Okay, London, England, because it seems like an awesome city, and I saw a video about going to see the sets where Harry Potter was filmed, and
That sounds like fun.
just want to go and fangirl. I'd probably like just be a crazy history geek anyway in that whole city. And then place that I've already been to is either Key West, because it's beautiful and it's Key West, or Eugene, Oregon, because one of my closest friends lives there. I was there 3 years ago. I loved it. Didn't want to leave. And
it sounds beautiful.
yes.
I think sometimes the most beautiful places are like the hidden ones that nobody knows about. Like Iceland, and it's actually supposed to be really beautiful. And if you go to Iceland versus Greenland, they're kind of opposite to their names. And it was named that way so people wouldn't visit because it's beautiful, and they want everyone else to stay away. All right,
What was your place?
Right, the place I want to visit. I can't. It's hard to decide, but I would say a European country that has a lot of history, because the U.S. Just has a couple hundred years of history, which is nice. Like I went to Boston. Boston is awesome city to pub crawl in the U.S. Like it's just you can do the Paul Revere ride tour, and you just stop and drink. Oh, I mean, he didn't get to do that, but we can. So there's just beautiful cobblestone streets and just old colonial homes and things. And there's history that we don't have before that time. So I'd love to go and see, Venice before it completely sinks, or I'd love to see, Egypt and places like that people have walked for just thousands of years. And there's a reverence, I think, to a place like that, to go and respect what people have done before us, I think is important, and it's really awe-inspiring. The last place I was, we kind of talked about already, I was either on Lake Erie on a kayak, which was lovely, or at home, and before that we went to Hocking Hills, which is in Ohio, and it's known for like waterfalls, woodlands, and I think the widest, there's a huge overcropping of rock, like a cavern, that's the widest one or something in the U.S. It's not even that big, so I don't know. But it was interesting, and I liked seeing it. There were a lot of butterflies and wildlife. So
a couple of weeks ago, I drove out to Sandusky, which is about an hour or so from here, and because one of my best friends lives out there with her family, so I was on vacation from work, and I had been promising a visit. So I actually had texted her and said, asked her if she wanted to meet for dinner, and she goes, "It's a nice day, come out and swim with us." So I'm like, okay, sure.
That sounds nice.
I ended up crashing the night. And
it's a couple hours before you know it, right?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's right on, I'll bop on over there. 3 hours later.
It's about an hour on the turnpike.
Yeah, what's it like when you don't speed?
I don't speed.
Because I wouldn't know.
You'd probably get there in 20 minutes.
Does it take like 5 hours?
You'd probably get there in 20 minutes, but going the speed limit on the turnpike takes about an hour.
I list that on my allergies when I go to the doctor. I'm like, speed limit. So.
Yeah, we got to Toledo in like an hour, the one.
That was worth it. And there were petty fours at the end of that. We talked about petty fours being delicious. It was worth it to Toledo. Okay, do you have a crush?
My boyfriend count? Okay, then
he counts. I think if you're with somebody, you got to be happy where you are and not be like, oh, I like other people. That's silliness. So yeah, I have a crush on my husband, and I'm thankful for him. And it takes you put effort into appreciating the people you love. So, yeah. Last time you kissed someone?
This morning, Joe gave me a kiss goodbye before he left, and then I zonked back out to sleep.
Yeah, I had something like that with my husband this morning. When is the last time that you were insulted?
Every day I work at a grocery store.
Is it the normal type meandering insults where people just wish your line was open longer?
That, somebody yelled at me about checking their money.
Oh, right.
This was on my rant video, but it happened again.
Suck it up. People are going to check your money. Make sure you're not counterfeiting a-hole. That's easy. Right? Doing
and what
your job.
gets me is they pull the race card. She's like, you're just doing that, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no.
Yeah. There's nothing worse than somebody accusing you of being racist when you're not. It's
I'm just,
or being
and I said it in my rant video, I'm trying to cover my butt because I don't want to get fired because my drawer is off.
Right. Any bill over $20 where I work, you mark it.
Yeah.
That's easy. People are washing bills now. You can barely check the marker. So you know what I'm doing with high bills?
Yeah, that's what I do. I don't even mark them.
I see the president's ghostly face in there somewhere. So
yeah, and the little security strip. Yep. You gotta look for the watermark.
Right, I'm sorry. The last time I was insulted. I don't know. I don't know properly insulted. I was telling her earlier, I think. That could be at any moment.
The backhanded compliment. What did you call it?
It's a compliment. Yep. If it's a backhanded compliment, it's a compliment and an insult at the same time. I have some friends that are really good at compliments. I'm kind of good at them too. It's an exact technique. So I don't know if those count, but my husband and I go back and forth. It's fun for us, so I don't know if that counts. But properly insulted, I work with a lot of people, and if I make a decision that somebody doesn't like, I'm sure they go talk about me in the back room somewhere. But
perks of being the boss lady.
Honestly, everybody reports to somebody. But yeah, so maybe right now, because I'm not there, people are like, oh, that Lisa, she should be here and dealing with this problem instead of me. So there could be one happening right now. So I have to sometimes move away from that and not be worried about it so much. What is your favorite flavor of sweet?
Well, I've mentioned chocolate.
Yep.
I really like the watermelon flavored slushies over at Sonic.
Those are good. It's one thing, I have a juicer, and her and I juiced watermelon once.
Yeah, that was
super
really good.
Yeah, that was a seeded watermelon, by the way, because they make better juice. Also, favorite flavor of sweet? I don't know. If you're talking artificial, I don't mind like artificial strawberry and watermelon and stuff like that, but if you just talk about candy in general, that's just a tough call. Because I tend to like cookies and cakes. But actual candy, if it's there, I don't mind eating it. There's only a couple I won't eat. Does that count? What instruments, multiple, do you play?
None currently. I used to play the clarinet though.
Yeah.
I was in like 5th grade.
We both used to play the clarinet.
Oh.
Do you play anything else currently? What about other hobbies that are not music related?
Writing, scrapbooking.
Yeah. Yep.
I was gonna say my voice counts as an instrument. I'm in choir.
How about you, Kat? She wanted to be in the video. So I don't play any musical instruments. I like to draw or paint. I haven't done that in forever because it's annoying to clean. I hate cleaning, but I like painting and making messes, so you have to take one with the other. I've been building Lego sets lately, but I have a comic book that I draw that I need to work on, and all kinds of fun stuff. So I have a lot of hobbies. I can play a mean chops on a... So your hands go like this. Ding, 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 ding. It's an exact technique on a piano. That is exactly one sound. Alright, it took me not that long to learn, but I'm good at it then. It's good practice. Alright, your favorite piece of jewelry? Are you wearing it?
Yes.
What?
I have this I Write necklace that I got from Comic-Con last year.
That's cute. That's not from Etsy?
No.
Oh, that's adorable.
It's a shop that is actually in Georgia. Somewhere in Georgia. And they were at Comic-Con last year.
That's really cute.
So I found it. And then I have a emerald ring that my parents got me when I was like 16, but it doesn't fit me anymore.
Aww.
So I just keep it in my box so I don't lose it. It just fits on my pinky. And I'm like,
Favorite jewelry. Alright, well, I've learned not to like things too much if I'm going to lose them. I just almost lost. I have a really pretty necklace that is an aspen leaf, and my husband and I, when we were going walking, he would always show me the quaking aspen because their leaves flash and they look like they're flashing in the sun. So pay attention next time you're running around in the summer and everything is green. If you look for a tree that looks like little flashes of white, their leaves flip back and forth and they have a really pale undertone, and that's what makes the flashing. So I found a necklace that's like a resin covered leaf, and it's beautiful. It's like yellow with a little bit of orange on it, and I bought it in Chicago when I was flying for work, I think, and I love it, but it's an aspen leaf, so it reminds me of my husband and going walking, and I love it, so I almost lost it last weekend, so that's why I'm saying, yeah, watch your stuff. Okay, last sport you played. Man, specific.
Just after Christmas, I went bowling with all my family.
Oh, is kayaking a sport? Can I just claim that? Because, like, I don't play actual running around sports. I'm totally claiming kayaking from last weekend then. And if you're going to want to go anywhere around after that, you're going to go back years upon years before I actually did the actual sports. Although I do really like to swing on a swing set. So I'm sure that counts for something.
I played soccer in kindergarten.
I played basketball once when my mom made me. What is the last song that you sang?
I'm trying to remember what I was listening to.
If I sing one right now, does that count? Butterfly in the sky, I can go twice as high. Take a look, it's in a book, reading rainbow. Reading rainbow, reading rainbow. I can do anything. Take a look, it's in a book, reading rainbow. There, now I don't have to remember.
And I chimed in, so that...
Laziness.
I missed that show.
It's on Netflix. I swear it is. At least I saw it like a week ago, but I didn't actually watch it. I was like, LeVar Burton.
Are they new ones, or is it like
No.
Oh, okay.
Geordie LaForge. Geordie LaForge. Star Trek. Remember? Yeah, okay.
Because I remember, I think he was...
I was super confused when I first saw it.
He was trying to bring the show back, I thought.
Maybe that's
for
why,
schools.
Though. Okay. Maybe that's why it appeared. Anyway, that's the song that we sang. Excellent work. What is your favorite pickup line?
I don't have one.
Do any of those work?
I don't.
There's not one that works. This questionnaire I have questions about in general. Because, hey baby is a good way to get, smacked in the face, at least with the expression on my face. Because, they're just degrading or not. They don't, it's a pickup line.
Yeah.
It's, hey fishy, let me try to reel you in. Nope, that's not going to work. Have a real conversation. If we're friends, right?
Yeah.
Don't overthink it. I can't think of one I like. I roll my eyes at or laugh at most of them because I mean they might be funny or cute, like did it hurt when you fell out of heaven? But yeah, after that you have nothing you can really say to that person because you know that that's all that they're interested in. So you don't know if they're interesting as a person. Yeah, it's hard to get to know somebody that
they're trying too hard. They're usually in it for one thing and one thing only.
Yeah, I give really nice high fives. That's usually what guys want. I don't. I actually do kind of this. Anyway. Right. Have you ever used it? Your pickup line.
Obviously not, because we don't have one.
No. Alright. What's the last time you hung out with anyone?
Right now.
Right? Yay! Moment. Alright. What was the last time you hung out before this? Was it 2 days ago when we hung out?
Yeah, there we go. Before that.
About time. It's like 2 months and we don't see each other. Like, we need to hang out. Yeah, I know, but I'm busy too. We have too much work. But yeah, hanging out just to hang out, that's a challenge. I did hang out with my niece last weekend. That was super fun. And we went to a park she's never gone to before. And we looked for ducks, which I don't know if it's too late for ducks in the season. And we took a walk and found a babbling brook and we went on some swings and we were there way too long and we had KFC and it was fun. Yeah, and I love my nieces. It's so much fun hanging out with them. They're just awesome. Oh, who should answer these questions next? I have nobody to call out.
Like everybody, a bunch of people have already done it. So if you haven't done it already and you want to do this tag, go for it.
Yeah, go for it. Why not? Do it if you're interested. It's not actually too much information. A lot of these things you can be generic if you want to be. And then we added some good questions. I'm just saying. Any questions you think should be added to the list that aren't on here? Who has inspired you the most in your life?
pick one.
King David. That guy was kind of inspiring. He managed to fight a lot and still be a good person. And he established an entire nation, which was pretty awesome. Sorry, I know, that's not really...
Didn't he take someone's wife, though?
Yeah, and he paid for that, actually. That had some interesting consequences, and he should not have done that. But yeah, he was interesting. But no, in your life, who's inspired you the most?
My mom.
Yeah.
Because no matter what, like, happens, she manages to keep it pretty well together.
Yeah.
And, like, we both have crappy jobs, and, like, we've had issues with family and stuff, but, you know, she just kind of makes sure that we stay together, and my sister and I don't have, like, that relationship-ending fight over something stupid.
Aw. She's your mediator, then.
Yeah.
She helps inspire and then also helps mediate when you're inspired too much. There's a lot of people that have inspired me over time. My mom's helped me learn how to cope with things, so I don't know about general inspiration about like what to do next, because she let me be my own person, which was nice. My older sister has always been very inspiring to me because she does what she sets her mind to do. She just goes and does it and doesn't worry about everything else around her. She just finds the right way to do it and focuses and doesn't get too distracted, which I've always loved. So what are we going to do in the future?
We are talking about working on a book club, and that'll be starting possibly in October, because I want to get through this first. So I have feedback when I meet the authors at Comic-Con in a couple weeks.
Okay. So soon, hopefully soon, we'd like to do that.
Yes, and we're talking about the first book, even though she's already read it, but I really want to read it, being Princess Bride, because the movie is awesome.
The book was really great. The book was good. It was different from the movie, so it was really cool to see like both. Oh, yeah, that was a good book. I can't even talk to you about it because Carrie hasn't read it. But no, so the idea was to maybe review a book every month or so. And we'd like to do that. So anyway, any other ideas, inspirations, extra questions we can answer? If you want to throw another list of 50 at us, then we'll have to come up with answers, I guess. But I'm always willing to try. Right?
And we're going to try and post on both channels, because I know we're using my camera, so this is going to go on my channel, and then we'll do something on hers, and
we'll go back and forth and see what we can make of it. So anything you'd like to see more and or less of, please don't be shy. We'd like to hear it and be involved.
You're not going to get less snark.
Sorry.
That's the way we are.
It's how we got through life this far. So, thank you for watching, I guess.
Yep. See you later.
Bye.
Bye. You know,
I mean, testing. We're testing. I know that.
And then my sister and a friend of ours took me out to have a Long Island iced tea, and
can we do that now?
Phew.
Can we do questions like 5 through 8, like on the Long Island, and then it's like a different drink every... I'm not a lush. Right,
I wouldn't be able to go home.
Do you need to go? Is there something at home you need to go there for? I mean, do I not have a couch and this? And and he's comfy. You can sleep on him like a pillow. And I can make darks and stormies. Anyway. Sorry.
Okay.
Questions.
Where are we?
I don't know. It's just going to be a Disney prince anyway by the end of the...
Oh, I didn't
Wait,
answer
you didn't answer the question.
I did it.
I'm just trying to figure out how Disney's going to ruin Star Wars, and I got depressed, so... No, I guess not. Which is really weird because I provoked a lot of people when I was younger. You'd think more of them would come kick my ass. I live at no. It's an experience I never had. Put it on my bucket list.
Set it up again.
Sure.
Ooh, I guess it automatically shuts off after an hour. The things you learn.
But no, I remember I really thought when I used to watch Star Trek when I was a kid, I really thought Geordie LaForge was blind in reality, that they had to pick like a blind actor and everything. And then when I saw him on Reading Rainbow Man, I was like, that's the same guy. I was like, he got his sight back. I was so excited.